That Bear Can't Babysit by Ruth Quayle. The characters: Mr. and Mrs. Burrow, Anna and Adelaide, Betsy and Bill, Casper and Clive, Dottie, Mr. Bear. Mr. and Mrs. Burrow had an awful lot of children. There was Anna and Adelaide, Betsy and Bill, Casper and Clive, and of course there was little Dottie too. Most of the time they muddled along quite nicely, but last Friday an invitation arrived and, well, things got a little bit tricky. "Ooh," says Mrs. Burrow, "a party." Then she looked at her children. "Oh dear," she said, "we can't possibly go." "We can," said Mr. Burrow. "We'll get a babysitter." But nobody called, nobody knocked, nobody queued up outside. Well, nobody except Bear. Bear did not have a smart suit, he does not have shiny shoes, and he was a bit dreamy. "That Bear can't babysit," gulped Mrs. Burrow. But they were gonna be late for the party. So they flung on their best clothes, and Mrs. Burrow crossed her fingers and waved goodbye. "What shall we do?" said Bear. "Shall I read you a story?" "Actually," said Anna politely, "we can read by ourselves. We like to read scary stories." "Are you sure you're allowed?" asked Bear. Adelaide smiled. "Oh yes, Mom and Dad always let us read The Bunny Beat." "Really?" said Bear. "Yes, always," said Anna and Adelaide, winking at each other. "Once in the dark forest lived the bunny beast," was the elder. "He hid behind trees and waited for baby rabbits to hop past, then he sharpened his claws. The bunnies were scared. They pulled their ears over their eyes, and Anna and Adelaide began to cry." "We shouldn't be reading this book," wailed Anna and Adelaide. "That Bear can't babysit." "Oh dear," said Bear. "Perhaps we need something to eat?" "We'll cook," said Bessie. "Are you sure you're allowed?" asked Bear. "Oh yes," said Bill. "Mom and Dad always had some to make supper." "Really?" said Bear. "Yes, always," said Bessie and Bill, winking at each other. Bessie and Bill prepared a yummy supper of 178 sweets, 7 helpings of ice cream, 36 biscuits, and a big jar of chocolate spread. They all felt very sick. "We should be eating this food," sobbed Betsy and Bill. "That Bear can't babysit." "Oh dear," said Bill. "Perhaps a spot of fresh air would make you feel better." But Casper and Clive went straight to the hosepipe. "Are you sure you're allowed to do that?" Bear asked. "Oh yes," said Casper, nudging Clive. "Mom and Dad always want us to water the garden." "Really?" said Bear. "Yes, always," said Casper and Clive, winking at each other. Casper and Clive scrubbed the hose and Beastie and Bill. Beastie and Bill threw a bucket of water at Anna and Adelaide. And Anna and Adelaide pulled the watering can over Casper and Clive. Everyone was wet, cross, and miserable. "We should be playing this game," wept Casper and Clive. "That bear can't babysit. That bear is hopeless. That bear is very busy. Bear, what are you doing?" "Oh," said Bear, I'm building a ship. I'm going on an adventure." "Wait," said the bunnies. "Can we come too?" They helped Bear build an excellent ship with room for everyone, even Dotty. Then they set sail and forgot to feel cold or cross. They'd been exploring for nearly 27 whole minutes when Bear let down the anchor and jumped ashore. "Bear," said Bestie and Bill, "where are you going?" "All adventures need something to eat," said Bear. "Wait," called the bunnies. "Can we come too?" They dug up where rooty shapes. They picked pink things. They gathered heaps of crunchy leaves. The bunnies ate until their tummies were completely full and no one felt sick at all. And then when it started to get dark, "I can hear something in the trees," said Anna. "It's the bunny beats," said Adelaide. We are scared," cried the bunnies. They pulled their ears down over their eyes. But Bear found an old book. "Bear," said Anna and Adelaide, "what are you reading?" Bear smiled. "Once upon a time," he said, "there was a family of sleepy little bunnies. One by one, the bunnies gathered around Bear, and one by one, they fell fast asleep. By the time Mr. and Mrs. Burrow came home, all the bunnies were tucked up in bed. "Well, Bear," said Mrs. Burrow, "how are the bunnies?" Bear bowed. "They are a delight," he said. "Really?" asked Mr. Burrow. The bunny peeped out from under their covers. "Yes, always," said Bear, winking. Mr. and Mrs. Burrow smiled as Bear shuffled home. "Well," said Mrs. Burrow, "that bear can babysit." "Yes," said Mr. Burrow. 6 little bunnies, safe and sound. Mrs. Burrow gulped. "Wait a minute," she said. "Did you say 6? 7 little bunnies, safe and sound. Night, night, Dotty." The end. Thank you for listening.